Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Lords of Magic, the Special Edition. And when last we left off, Lord Bradigan is in this small outpost here, going over the plan to clear the Great Order Temple of the foes that reside in it. Once we do that, we'll have gained the trust of the people of the City of Accord, and we will gain access to all the things that you can do in the city. Right now all we can do is buy and sell things. There's a lot more that we can do there once we clear out the temple.
I have a plan.
I hope it's a good one, Bradigan, because here we go. You stand before the great Temple of Order, venerated sanctum of the Arcan people. Once a place of serenity, it is now one of utter despair, for it has been overrun by wicked and loathsome creatures. Cleanse this holy place of its vile usurpers, and you will be a legend among the Arcans, who will honor you with a mighty citadel. It's that citadel that we really want. We could auto-calculate and likely win this quite easily. We have 3 sets of level 3 troopers, and we are on the verge of level 6. But we tend to take more damage if we auto-calculate compared to if we command our troops well in the actual combat interface. So, let us see if I can actually do that, and have at thee! We are up here, and our foes will be opposite. And we have an interesting mix here, though I note there are no ranged combatants amongst them. First, there are skeletons. Skeletons are pretty fearsome threats for very low-level troops. Then, we have orcs, who really aren't anything we should be worried about. 6 attack isn't great, and 3 defense is very poor. Then, there are wolf riders. 11 attack is quite impressive, but 4 defense is even lower than I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be 6 or 7. And then we have Zark, who is a level 3 orc chieftain. 14 attack is impressive, but 5 defense is pretty low. In general, they're going to hit hard but fall really quickly. So I have a plan. This terrain here we can't walk on, but this terrain here is pretty defensible, because there are only a few avenues that we can be attacked from. Here, here, and here. And they're very likely to come from here and here. There was a war cry there, but they're not going to attack. They're going to wait for us. That makes sense, they don't have an advantage. It's not going to help them though, because this gives us all the time we need to set up.
To battle.
I want you to deploy there. I want you to deploy here. I want you to deploy here. And I want Bradigan
I'm ready
to deploy here. Because
my
Bradigan is going to start the combat by loosing a crossbow bolt. Now, hopefully, the opponents are going to split their forces so that my footmen will be able to deal with them quite easily. If all of the foes go one way, we're in some bother, but then I can quickly move the footmen if that's the case. The plan is that you are going to launch an aimed shot at this skeleton, and then you're going to back up. And there we go! Combat has started, and a good hit was had there. Okay, which way are you all going? You're going that way, you're going that way. Brilliant! You are spreading out. That suits me just fine. You are currently trapped, which isn't great, but we can deal with that by having you move forward. Actually, you are in combat right now, but you are pretty capable at fighting, so you shouldn't have too much to worry about here. We have one orc that is sneakily trying to go around. Ooh, they're all going this way, are they? Right, we need to watch out for that. We're not doing too badly so far. We are definitely holding the line. None of these foes are actually landing any blows against Lord Bradigan. I like that. Have at thee! You are really not doing well. You would have stood a better chance if you'd have had ranged combatants, but you don't, so victory is ours. Aha! 2 long-imprisoned captives join your cause, and that is what I wanted to see. We absolutely destroyed them. We gained 104 fame, 100 crystals, 10 followers, a new thing to attract, and the Sword of Quality. It's a high-quality sword, and we gained a level. Magnificent! You have liberated the Great Temple. In your honor, your people have constructed a stronghold at their capital, Accord. While this Great Temple remains free, it will attract followers to the stronghold to serve you. You can then assign them to work, producing valuable resources. You can also install champions in the Mage Tower, Barracks, and Thieves Guild, where they will impart their experience to new recruits. Mages can now research new spells in the library, and if you upgrade the Mage Tower to level 3, you can summon the warrior spirit at this great temple. We have unlocked a lot more mechanics, but first let us say hello to our new allies. First we have Athestan, the Paladin, who is level 3, and we have Defawint, the Wizard, who is level 2, and just about to be level 3. First thing I want these people to do is to join up with the main army. These two are likely going to be with us for the whole game, provided they survive. The next thing I want to do is I want to look at this awesome magical item that we got. For Order Warriors only, this sword improves damage in combat by +1 and adds +1 to sight radius. So, this is a natural fit for our Paladin, who is now even more mighty. We can't move anywhere because it took all of our move actions to get to the temple, so let us save in victory and then move on to the next turn, where we will start to make our way towards Accord, which is now ours and level 1. We're going to be improving that as time goes on. For now though, turn ends. It can also now be taken by opposing factions, something we do need to watch out for, but I don't think right now we're in any particular danger. Also note that we are now gaining 2 gold a turn, losing 1 ale, and losing 2 crystals. We need to sort that by assigning some of our followers. Now our army is looking much more impressive, though we need to get it a lot more impressive very quickly by getting more troops. I believe this is, I don't remember which faction is here. It could be Water? It might be Water. My memory is a bit hazy on that. Let us end turn again, and then go into the city of Accord. The people of Air have sworn fealty to Bellion, Lord of Life, for liberating their great temple. Ooh, that's interesting. So now the Lord of Life has 2 lords serving that one faction. Interesting. So now Air isn't actually going to have a turn. Life will just have those turns as well. Also, here is a Earth party. Could say hi to them, but right now we want to go into our capital and assign some people. You see these? If we put followers in here, we can get resources. We have 10 available followers, so what we want to do is we want to, we don't necessarily want to assign some fame, we want to assign some crystals to deal with the negative that we have. We want to assign, we don't need to assign any for the market, we do want some ale though, which gives us 4 available followers. Actually, we want to put 1 more to crystals so that we have a nice mixture, 2, 2, and 2. We want some followers spare though. What we want to do is get you alone to go to the Thieves Guild. You're going to do some training.
The art of thieving can be learned here, but you will also find many who are already accomplished.
Now that you are lord of this region, you may train followers to produce your own thieves, missile units, and scouts here, and garrison the structure with troops for protection. You can still hire mercenaries, but since they are expensive to support, they are best used only for emergencies. A thief stationed at the guild serves as its steward, and imparts some experience to the guild based on how long he remains a steward and the upgrade level of the guild. Your thieves can also found additional guilds, even those of other races, by taking over any of the villages on the outskirts of the region. Good to know. Right. Here is the UI for buying units here. The Thieves Guild can provide training and troops versed in the arts of stealth and the use of ranged weapons. The Order Guild frowns upon thievery, but produces fine military scouts and hunting dogs for its lords. Now, we can upgrade this. Experience conferred, it tells you every turn how much experience you are conferring. It will take 10 turns to confer all of our experience. If you want to upgrade, we would need to provide 90 gold, 40 crystals, and 1 follower. But we can't do that until our main fortification is level 2. We can get more Ranger Lords. The Champion Scouts of Order know well the value of current news, we've read that. Right now, it would be a level 1 hero, but as we give more experience, this will improve. And the difference between hiring, which is cheaper initially but has more upkeep cost, and training is that we have more initial cost, but the upkeep is so much smaller. Then we have Crossbowmen. Crossbowmen have the initial costs of gold and crystals. We want a few of these. And then there is the Hound. The Hounds of Order are trained to accompany their noble masters on hunting parties. Their keen noses and dogged stamina are easily turned to warfare, patrolling for intruders in the demesne of Order. We want to summon one of these because we want a scout. So, we'll summon one. And with that, we should now have a... Did we actually summon one?
What's the plan?
We have to go into this and...
Can be learned here,
yes, we have to click up here to do that. So if we summon one of these, we lose the resources, and we now have this scout, which is very useful because we can now patrol around, and we want to do that. These scouts have a lot of movement. Not very good in... Oh, hello. Not very good in combat, but we can certainly get a lay of the land by using them. What's our opinion to fire? Aversion. Neutral, though, with earth. We should probably get another one of these, which is perfectly doable. If we get another person there assigned to gold, let us get another scout.
The art of thieving can be learned here, but you will also find many who are already accomplished.
And we shall actually converse with the Earth unit of... Ooh. There is a marauding party here. I think our hound may be in trouble if we decide to fight with you. But for now, let's converse with you. Greetings. I am from the court of Fifur, Lord of Earth. We have no quarrel with you. Perhaps our people can be friends. That is what I am hoping for. I know you have a fair few things, and we have a fair few things as well, so let us give you a small gift of crystals. If they accept this charitable gift, it would slightly improve your political relationship with the Earth people. Continue. It has been accepted. Marvelous. That's what I was hoping for. Now, there is a statue over there. That statue is something we need to watch out for. I want you to go over to here.
Many that you see here are experienced in their craft, but we do accept apprentices.
Now that you are lord of this region, you may train followers to produce your own mages here, and garrison a tower with troops to protect it. You can still hire mercenary mages, but since they are expensive to support, they are best used only for emergencies. A mage of any faith residing in the tower serves as its steward, and imparts some experience to a tower, based on how long he remains a steward and the upgrade level of a tower. Your mages can also construct additional towers, even those of other faiths, by taking over any of the villages on the outskirts of the region. When a new mage tower is built, and the library is also constructed. Good to know! All we can do right now is hire a wizard, who will get a little bit of experience from my wizard here, and there is the White Stag. This servant of order comes straight from legend, a sign for the peoples of order and a desirable ally against chaos and evil, but legends of the past have much power against the troubles of the present. They're expensive, but they have a decent amount of attack and a lot of movement. They're very quick. We can also buy potions, but we're not going to do that. Finally, we want to get you over to here.
We have many fine warriors here, and accept new students all the time.
Now that you are the lord of this region, you may train followers to produce your own warriors, cavalry, and infantry troops. You can also garrison a structure with troops to protect it. You can still hire mercenaries, but since they are expensive to support, they're best used only for emergencies. A warrior stationed here at the barracks serves as its steward, and etc., etc. One thing to note about Order is while they have really balanced troops, their knights are some of the best cavalry in the game. Mounted upon powerful warhorses, the Riders of Order wear the heaviest and most protective armour. Years of training with long lances let them skewer any enemy foolish enough to get in their way. They are really good, and I most certainly want some of them in my army. I want a good balance, actually. I want footmen, I want knights, and I want cavalry. But right now, we're just going to wait. Actually, what I should do is, considering I'm not going to be getting any more troops for now, I should actually assign more units to the various things here. Like that. And end turn. Does anyone have any... Ooh, you have some movement. There is a marauding party. There is a water fort here. What do you desire? We understand little of the Order people, but I trust you come to parley peacefully with us. That I do! Ooh, you have a lot of, powerful champions here. Level 4, level 5, and level 6. But you have very few units. I believe those are the, ranged lizard men. I will give you a gift. A small gift. 18 gold, which will slightly improve, our relations. Let's do that. It has been accepted. Hopefully at some point, you will think of us as, not neutral, but on slightly more favourable terms. Let's keep looking around. Water, not surprisingly. Ooh, we could actually claim this very temporarily. That seems like a pretty good idea, provided, of course, that we actually have that still empty by the end of the turn. Let us end our turn. Fire are going to move. And not very fast movers here. Ooh, there are quite a few fire forces walking about. Keeping my eye on you, you could very well attack my dog here. You cannot run from us. We thirst for battle and will not stop until either you or we are dead. Well, that's unfortunate. Now, we have a will-o-wisp and some footmen. Now, if we wanted to run, we'd have to go to here. And we are most certainly going to run, because we cannot take this. And we're not moving very quickly here. They're moving a fair bit faster than we are, but once we get off this terrain, we might escape. Keep moving, hound! Just keep moving. Aha, you're faster there. Fortunately, the footmen are also... Oh dear. The footmen are also slow here, but we lost. Darn it. We lost some spoils there for our defeat. We're gonna have to get rid of you. Oh, we're gonna have to get rid of you. Now, you still haven't claimed this. You know what? We're claiming this, and thus getting the additional ale. Might as well while there is an opportunity to do so. However, if we move over to here, I get the feeling we're probably not going to make much headway. That is not nice terrain at all. Now, how is this going along?
The art of thieving.
It's going pretty well.
Here,
you can see that already they have gained some experience, which I like. Now, we have one of these left, and we're going to keep looking around here and see what we can find. We do want the lay of the land. Ooh, there is a brewery there. That's going to be a high level one. For now, though, we're just going to let you thunder along. We could say hi to you. I really want to say hi to you, but you're probably going to stay there, or you could move over to here. And if you do, we'll assemble our troops here. Ooh, you are indeed moving. Because you are becoming more known across the lands, 4 followers have been inspired to join your cause and await you in the stronghold. Your most recent deeds have drawn an additional 7 followers to you. They too wait in the stronghold. That is great news because we need more followers. We need to start earning resources really quickly. So, let us assign these troops. Also, if we move you over to here, is there a way for you to move forward? No, there is most certainly not, but it was worth checking. Right, we want to assign, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We want a lot of ale, we want to gain lots of this. We also want to get another hound. We We want to get
The
another
art of
hound because we
thieving
need more
can be
scouts.
learned here, but you will also
There we
find
go.
many who are already
I want to see where this marauding unit is. They are there. You're probably going to take this mine, whereupon we will then have to have at thee. We'll probably have to have at thee. I could actually have you hold the mine for now. That's not a terrible idea. And we could briefly converse with you. It's probably a good idea, actually, to do that. And while I don't have while I'm thinking about it, if I'm not getting any units at the moment, I might as well just assign more followers to the various structures. There is no point also, we're at a maximum of 8 here. We can't actually go over 8. So we actually have everything currently maxed. We're going to have to upgrade this eventually, which costs 150, 50, 50, and 5. We'll be doing that next week, I think, provided we have enough followers, which we may do. And so, folks, when we come back, we are starting to build up our stronghold. Slowly but surely, we will make our capital defensible, because eventually we get a wall, and walls are pretty good for defending. Oh, that they are. Buy you a lot of time. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.